Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Music Teacher Reacts video. Got a vocal reaction for you today. One of my listeners, Claire M8H, little tongue twister there, says, would you please react to Vanny Vabiola cover of You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban, that classic singer. Yes, I would love to do that, and I have that right here. So, You Raise Me Up, obviously a classic by Josh Groban. I grew up listening to a lot of Josh Groban. I have been told that I look like Josh Groban, believe it or not. I think it's the nose. It's the beards. I have not heard this cover before. I already can tell it's going to have beautiful visuals in it. Not exactly sure where they are here, but some sort of island, perchance. I love in this song because it uses the 6-4-1-5 chord progression, which is my favorite chord progression. Go watch some of my Ace Combat videos for proof of that. I also love this song because it has a key change in it when the choir comes in at the end. You raise me up so I can stand on my... It's just massive. Also, the words are really good. Very uplifting, if you will. So, with that, I'm very excited to get into this. You Raise Me Up, a cover of Josh Groban's classic by Vanny Vabiola. Don't know anything about this singer, but we soon will. Amen? Let's go. So in D flat, major. Definitely seems like an electric piano. Okay, somewhere in the east, yes. I will guess Philippines, maybe? Perchance it says down here. Nope. Wow. Hello, reverb. So English is definitely not her first language. I know, Captain Obvious. Beautiful head voice. How are you? Beautiful breath control. Ooh. Love the vibrato. On your shoulders, you raise me up to more than I can. Wow. Just gonna stop it for 1 second. I love her breath support here and her control. You hear how she can go real. This is pretty much all head voice so far, and you can hear how she goes from the still keeps that sound going even on the softest parts. So awesome job. Definitely can tell she knows what she's doing. There's that key change. Probably D now. E flat, full step key change. Wow. Definitely an electric keyboard doing that. String patch. Beautiful visuals. Opens up more. See the scrunch? Still that beautiful control. Crazy. Every word has so much meaning. Now, I think there's another key change, right? Here we go. Go. I love the engagement. Back to that control. That's crazy. I love how she follows the dynamics of the song so well. Wonderful video, though. Beautiful. Awesome. So, a couple things. You know, when I'm saying, you know, that's an electric piano and stuff like that, I think it's electric drum set too. It's not a knock on anything. That's literally what I do, right? I just always encourage active listening, like listening to everything when you're listening to a song. It just helps you musically to be like, I know what this is, I know what this is, I know the chords, I know, you know, without and it's not hard to do, you know, just give it a try. When you listen to your next song, be like, what's going on here? You know, is there harmonies here? Is there real instruments? Is it electric? Anyway, that's kind of a side plot. This is a beautiful voice, and I don't have to tell you guys that. You can hear it also. Tons of head voice. That because it's like up in the stratosphere, right? You raise me up. Right? Now, I'm pretty positive this was lip synced for a couple reasons, right? One, and again, it's no problem. It's not a problem. I'm just pointing out things that I notice. Sometimes you can tell that her vocal shapes are just not matching like the sound, you know, that you're hearing. Totally fine though, right? Totally fine. But I do the same thing. Like I literally have done this exact thing. Make me holy, holy, yours. I just want to point out a few differences between her version and Josh Groban's version. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I do think in Josh Groban's version, because guys have this like extra lower octave that they can hit, when I am down, right? It does give the song an even extra lift when it goes up into those higher key changes when Josh Groban goes into his higher register, and he's got the choir behind him and everything. There is just something to that, right? To just like the real life, like this is all real vocals, real instruments and everything like that. But as far as covers go, she knocked this out of the park. So let's tackle some vocal stuff that she's doing here. Okay, I pointed out when she follows the emotion of the song so well. That's not an easy thing to do. When you have a very difficult song to sing also, like this one, it can be tempting to just do whatever your voice needs in order to get those notes out. But she doesn't do that. She has enough control and confidence in her voice that she can go to those really high notes, either loud or soft, right? Okay, so on this high note on up, right, you can hear how she modifies her vowels. So instead of up, it's ah, A-H, really? So that she can get just some extra power, right? So instead of, you raise me up. See, you hear the difference? So you can even see that in her facial expression here. All right. This whole thing is in head voice, right? But she gets it to sound so powerful still. And so with that note, the G flat, which is a classic. And then I mentioned how I love her engagement, right? So what that means is when you are going up to a high note, you've got to engage your stomach. It's not enough to just get a good breath. You have to get a good breath and then use that breath. So the classic H sound going into a note that you want to give more power to. So right here on the word I, she doesn't say I, she says ha, hi. So high I can stand on mountains.
I'm like that. I'm like that. I'm like that.
Okay. I want you to just notice the H on the I. That's it. So, right? Another one coming up. Right there. To walk on. And one last thing before we end here. She does this whole thing in one breath. Watch. Ready to breathe. To walk. And that crazy high note. So because she's in head voice and she's worked on her head voice and she has such a strong head voice, she can hit that note with relative ease. It doesn't seem like it's very hard for her to hit that note. Now you try it and tell me if it's hard for you to sing. She's got a lot of good things going on. So awesome. I would love to know more about her. She's from Indonesia. I was right about the island then, right? I mean, I'm not the geographic. Indonesia maps. It is an island. I'm like that. No, this is great. If you have any more info on her that I should know about, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let me know another song you'd like me to react to also. Thank you so much for this cover. As somebody who has done my share of covers in the day, I like hearing the differences between the versions. I like that she didn't try to do it exactly like how Josh Groban did it. She did it how it works for her, and she used her God-given talent to just crush it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you guys in the next video.